The topic that I chose to cover for this current events presentation is cloud computing and how it is used throughout education. Cloud computing is a relatively new tool that is used all around the world and is extremely prominent in the business world. So what exactly is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. To put it in simpler terms, cloud computing is the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on the internet to do things such as store, manage, and process data rather than on a local server or a personal computer. In the past, when someone wanted to store information, they had to save it on their computer or to an external drive like a CD or USB device. The use of cloud computing makes sure that this information would be unharmed if something was to happen to your computer or external device. Now that you have a basic idea of what cloud computing is, try and think about some of the cloud computing softwares that you use on a day-to-day basis. Some of the most used softwares and websites include social media sites like Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Another example of cloud computing are email servers like Yahoo Mail, Gmail, or any other email service that you may use. YouTube is also an example of cloud computing. Users are able to post videos that can potentially be seen by millions of people, and they are stored on YouTube servers. Cloud computing is also very frequently used throughout the education industry. Although you may not have known this before, many websites that you have used throughout your time in higher education are examples of cloud computing. For example, every time that I have some type of group paper or project that was assigned in a class, we use Google Docs to work on it. Google Docs allows for multiple students to work on a single document simultaneously, no matter where they are located, as long as they are connected to Wi-Fi. More examples of cloud computing softwares are websites that we use here at Rutgers every day, like Sakai, Canvas, or eCollege. These websites are so advanced that you can take an entire class, just like this one, on them without ever having to meet face to face. There are a lot of different benefits of cloud computing, but I've highlighted some of the most useful ones. First, cloud computing allows educators to reduce costs. In the past, when a teacher or professor wanted to give out an assignment, he or she would have to pass out papers to each student outlining the details of the assignment, or have the students do a worksheet just to be thrown away in the future. With cloud computing, educators can assign homework or assignments digitally and even return them with grades without having to use one sheet of paper. Cloud computing is also more efficient than previous tactics used in the classroom. If a professor must go out of town for some reason but does not want to miss a class session, they are able to create a screencast just like this one and present the information to their classroom. This software allows students to become familiar with new technologies that they may not have used in the past and that they can carry over into the future. Although cloud computing can be very beneficial, it also comes with some pitfalls. Just like any other type of website, data protection and security are a major focus. Websites with cloud computing software must ensure that users' private information remains protected from potential hackers. Another pitfall of cloud computing is that to use it, you must be connected to the internet. This becomes an issue if you are traveling somewhere or your Wi-Fi connection goes down for some particular reason. We have seen this multiple times at Rutgers, where during exam times, someone hacked Rutgers software and took down websites like Sakai and eCollege, and students were not able to submit their assignments or access PowerPoint slides to study for their exams. Although cloud computing can reduce a lot of costs, like not having to use paper, it can also cost a high amount to maintain and to provide the security that is necessary for their users. I believe that cloud computing is very useful at all levels of education. It makes my life much easier that I do not have to keep up with countless handouts and papers from teachers like I had to do in the past. I am always using PowerPoint slides on Sakai to help study for exams and to help me keep up with the material that my teachers are teaching. I think that the many benefits of cloud computing outweigh the pitfalls. The ability to easily access material or work on assignments without being present in class allows me to save a lot of time, whereas there are strong security softwares in place to help protect my information from hackers. Now that you have a basic understanding of what cloud computing is and how it is used, please consider these questions. Many people believe that cloud computing has made their learning experience easier and has allowed them to access content at a much faster pace. Do you believe that cloud computing has made your learning experience easier, whether that be in elementary school, high school, or now that you're in higher education? Many people state that we will eventually live in a paperless world. Do you think that this is possible? Lastly, if you were able to improve websites such as Sakai and eCollege, how would you do so? Please consider these questions and submit your response.